Matthew 26:14-16 and Matthew 27:3-5. Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest and asked, "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him over to you?" So they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. When Judas, who had betrayed him, saw that Jesus was condemned, he was seized with remorse and returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priest and the elders. "I have sinned," he said, "for I have betrayed innocent blood." "What is that to us?" they replied. "That's your responsibility." So Judas threw the money into the temple and left. Then he went away and hanged himself.
Judas was disappointed with Jesus. Jesus hadn't done what he'd expected, what he'd hoped for, and his disappointment turned to frustration and anger. But he didn't take that frustration, that disappointment to Jesus. He didn't talk to Jesus about it. He went and spoke to others who hated Jesus. He went to people who would reinforce his negativity. And he ended up doing something he would come to bitterly regret. He ended up feeling alone and broken and lost. But it needn't have been that way. As we read in the story, we discover that Peter too had his frustrations with Jesus, his expectations of what he expected Jesus to do, but he would talk to Jesus about them. And he ended up making similar failure in a way of denying Jesus. But he ended up restored because he kept coming back to Jesus. I wonder what it is we expect of God. I wonder what it is that we feel he hasn't done that we thought he would, or disappointments that we feel he's to blame for. This is a natural part of the brokenness of this world. The question is whether we're able to take that to God and talk it out and express it, sometimes with tears, sometimes with anger, or whether we bottle it up and take it to others and disappear from the presence of Jesus. Maybe you might want to reflect on what it is you wanted God to do that he hasn't. Bring that to him in prayer, in honesty, in a reality of experience that enables you just to feel you've been heard. And maybe there are things that your anger has led you into that you regret. Let's be like Peter, who trusted Jesus enough to go back to him. Let us receive the grace and mercy that Jesus gave to Peter. Let us not be like Judas and turn our back.